And as Jesus returned, the crowd and people welcomed him because they were expecting him. And Jairus, a synagogue leader, came to him and fell at his feet. And he was begging and pleading with him that he would come back to his home where his only daughter of about 12 years old was dying. So as Jesus was on his way to the house, the crowd and the people were crushing him and pressing against him. And there was a woman in the crowd who had a subject of bleeding for about 12 years. And so she came up behind him and she touched the fringe of his garment. Who touched me? Jesus said. Everyone denied, we didn't touch her. I don't know who touched her. We don't know who touched her. Peter said, Master, the crowd is pressing against you. No one touched you, he said. Someone touched me. I know that power has left from me. The woman realized that she could no longer go unnoticed. In front of all the crowd, she knelt before him. And she told him why she did what she did. And she was trembling. She said, the moment that I touched you, immediately my bleeding stopped. Jesus looked at her. He said, my daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace. And as he was continuing to talk, one of the men from Jairus' home came to Jairus and said, don't bother the master anymore. Your daughter has died. And while Jesus was talking, he heard this and he said, Jairus, don't be afraid. If you only will believe, your daughter will be healed. So as they got to the home, he only allowed Peter, John, and James, the little girl's father and mother, to go inside the home with him. Now the mourners were outside. Ah! Ah! Stop wailing, Jesus said. She is not dead. She is only asleep. So he went over to the little girl. He grabbed her hand. He said, get up. Her spirit returned to her body. And she stood up. Her parents were astonished. Jesus said, give her something to eat. But he ordered them not to tell anyone what had happened. The word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God.